So, pro wrestling legend and pop culture fixture, the Iron Sheik has died.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They just announced that he was 81.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know your history with him at all. I saw you tweet that you should just Google him and Frank James. You tweeted that years ago. But
the porn star?
Yeah.
If you find the right picture of the Iron Sheik's face and porn legend Frank James, I think you'll see a lot of the same similarities.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, he'll be missed.
He'll be missed.
Wow. I'm shocked over here.
Breaking just now, just today.
The camel clutch. Gave birth to Hulkamania.
You a big wrestling fan?
I wasn't when I was a kid. I haven't been in 20 years. But like 88 through 93, I was really all in. The ages that you should be into wrestling.
I filed wrestling, professional wrestling, under the same as I filed G.I. Joe dolls. Like, oh, this is just homo shit. Wow. That's all I thought.
Well, that's how I felt. From age 7 to 11, I was like, this is on. And then I turned 12, and I was like, I'm done with wrestling.
all boys are, from 7 to 11, we're all gay.
Yeah.
We like He-Man and all these characters, these big bulging muscles and stuff. We're all super gay from about 7 to 11.
I sucked everybody off in elementary school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So just sucking all the kids off, watching Iron Sheik.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, well, speaking of New York City health officials just debuted their new vending machine that features free drug paraphernalia and anti-overdose meds for addicts. So they started in Brooklyn. This vending machine is designed to curb this trend of overdoses by giving addicts free access to naloxone, drug test strips that detect fentanyl, and safer smoking kits that come with a pipe, a mouthpiece.
But wait a minute. I learned from Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom that the homeless were sleeping outside because of the income gap and because there was a mother of 3 who...
But that's the ground sausage pizza people. This is the sliced sausage.
Okay, good.
People in New York.
All right. Well, this will work.
Yeah. So they
fucking idiots.
So they have it comes with a pipe, a mouthpiece, lip balm for smoking crack and crystal meth. Also has safer sniffing kits, condoms, tampons, nicotine gum, first aid packages. So this is all free. You just have to enter your zip code to prove that you know that you're from New York.
Well, this is their barbed wire around the freeway signs, everybody. Now, here's what I do love. Here's what I do love about anybody who supports this vending machine with syringes and dildos and butt
syringes
plugs.
are coming. There are no syringes yet, but they said
I'm on a roll here.
Just
let me finish. Sure. Water-soluble lube, porn and butt plugs and strap-ons, and throwing stars and syringes. Anybody, I guarantee you, the people that were the tip of the spear of this vending machine, if I told them, I'm thinking about putting up one of those old-timey vending machines that sells cigarettes, they'd be outraged.
Of course.
They'd be like, are you kidding me? Do you understand what you're doing to the community? Like, they would be apoplectic if I brought up a vending machine with cigarettes in it.
It's an attack on society.
That's an attack on society. But yours, with your nunchucks and your syringes brimming with fentanyl and your nun outfits and your lube, no problem there.
It's all right. And it's blue.
Yeah, all right, nice. Problem solved. Yeah. Problem solved.
So they unveiled this on Monday. By Tuesday, they have reported that all the crack pipes have been taken.
All right.
So the opioid overdose program director said, yeah, we kind of saw this coming. We're going to have to restock this thing every day, probably multiple times a day.
Oh, wow.
The neighbors, by the way, where this vending machine is located,
they gotta love it.
They're very upset. By the way, it's lit up at night. They said it looks like a candy machine.
The property value is going through the roof in the neighborhood, right?
Yeah. Wow. Somebody used chalk and right in front of it on the sidewalk just wrote poor choices. And they said that future machines they plan on having syringes, but this is a way for people to safely be able to use all their drugs.
Yeah. So here's the thing, which is we have a bunch of people living outside, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And instead of cleaning it up, especially when we could have cleaned it up, we've thought, well, you know what? Let's bring the mountain to Muhammad. let's bring the inside outside. So we got a bunch of people living on a sidewalk. We should bring them a bathroom and a washing station and a zone where they can shoot their drugs up. And so we essentially, like, pretty soon, it's going to be Nintendo and a Barca lounger. Like, we're just, we, the sane people who live indoors, we got to start bringing the indoors outdoors. And we just started bringing all the shit they needed out to the sidewalk. As if that would put a dent in this population or this problem. It just keeps getting worse because we keep doing more and spending more. Ugh. I don't know.
Well, it's starting in New York. I mean, I guess they've done it in Europe and Australia, and they said it was pretty effective.
But I think there's less people like this in Europe and Australia.
I have explained
definitely
many times, Europe, we always do this. Like in Luxembourg, that's not us. Right. We have fucking batshit crazy violent people here. We don't have Luxembourgians. We have basically, there's two bees. They look the same. One is a honeybee, and the other is an Africanized killer bee. We are Africanized killer bees in this, and all the things they do in these other places that work do not work here because we're not them.
Yeah. When I went to Italy last year, it took me days to realize there's no open container laws, and I'm looking around why isn't everybody walking around with a tall can or like taking shots while they're walking down the street?
We got Joe's Pizza in New York with the sausage.
That's sliced.
They do slice it.
They do slice.
They would not put up
sliced.
with this chicken shit, Dawson, in New York.
It must be a California thing.
I think it's a West Coast thing.
Now I'm embarrassed.
But it'll spread. Whatever's cheaper will win. So it'll spread because it's a little bit cheaper.
Right.
Whatever.
I honestly think it's cheaper to buy the sausage bulk and not cased.
But why? Why is Domino's and
Domino's sausage is prefabricated?
Do you have these thoughts before you enter the studio, or you just have the opposite thoughts of my thoughts?
See, this seems fancier to me. Like when you say you want your sausage sliced.
You can't use Domino's as a yardstick for any of this shit.
I can, because they're the biggest pizza supplier in the world, and they have millions of units, and if they can shave a nickel a unit off, then that's the direction they're gonna go.
Their sausage is not real sausage. It's prefabricated. It's delivered in a bag. It doesn't matter if it's sliced or whatever. In a bag, it's going to be the same shit that they pour out. When you're making a fresh sausage pizza, you have the chunk of sausage.
You think it's cheaper? You think the ground...
I think ground
the
sausage...
slices of the case stuff is cheaper than the ground stuff?
The ground stuff is cheaper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, I don't know how we got off. It's
Is that
totally
what he was
cheaper.
saying? I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I've been saying since the beginning. Yeah.
Since the beginning?
I don't.
Yes.
No, I think you were saying something else.
Dawson? What do you think is a more premium topping, the sliced or the ground?
I think the way a pizza is cooked, the ground is more premium because you get the more grease, the more evenly cooked.
It's cheaper as well.
I think it's cheaper as well.
Yeah. All right.
That's
everyone in this room is confused.
If I can jump in real quick, it's definitely cheaper. I remember longer the days in New York where they used to just cook the sausage off to the side and then, slice it right in front of you and throw it up on the pizza. But from what I've heard in New York, the demand for sausage pizza has gone down, that they've had to go with that ground crap. And so that's why you're seeing it pop up way more often.
Crap.
Yes, I'm sorry.
It's the same stuff. It's just not in a casing. It's not crap.
All right,
It's
if I made you a bowl of sausage for dinner tonight, would you enjoy a bowl of sausage? I could squirt some mustard on the top of it. You could mix it all up with a spoon, a wooden spoon. It's a bowl of sausage. Yes, pizza has a shape as well. I'll give you a bowl of pizza. Let's just take a
Who cares about form anymore?
Yeah, here's a
Slice it
nice
up.
softball-sized chunk of pizza. You eat it like an apple. What are you complaining about?
Yeah,
I actually would do that.
Yeah, that sounds unbelievable. That's essentially a mozzarella stick, I think.
All right, what else we got?
All right. So speaking of the drugs,
You know what this motherfucking ground sausage is going to be? It's going to be the next passion fruit iced tea. They're going to get rid of regular iced tea. They already got rid of it. They replaced it with passion fruit because it's 2 cents cheaper. And now my beloved sausage. I dream of an America where I can sit there drinking my old-fashioned flavored iced tea without a hint of passion fruit and a slice of pizza with circular sausage that adorns its top.
You got to run.
I got to run. You're right.
I think you could win on this.
Maybe they were right. All right, what else we got?
So the International Air Transport Association just released some reports about bad behavior and unruly passengers on planes.
Yeah.
So obviously it's been up, especially since COVID. A lot of it was mask mandates. So those were all reported.
Fuck off for all of them. I mean, fuck you, airlines. It didn't do anything, but anyway.
Yeah, but so a new report talked about noncompliance, verbal abuse, and intoxication were the most frequently reported incidents last year on planes. But a further breakdown of the number one noncompliance issue that they dealt with on planes: vaping.
Yeah, it's a major medical issue.
A lot of people just sneaking vapes on planes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and getting caught for it. So yeah, and other ones, failure to fasten seatbelts.
All right, can we do this? How about this? There's 2 things I want. The luggage space above your seat is yours and only yours.
Right.
This fucking thing where I get on the plane, it's your shit's full up.
Yeah.
It's like
they have to go back.
There's somebody that's 22 seats back who just wanted to fucking valet their Samsonite over at my house.
Drives me nuts.
And then like, come on out and pick it up. I'll get it warmed up, sir. We'll have it waiting out front. You pick it up. Like, fuck off. It goes above your fucking seat. And by the way, if you start doing it this way, then you've thrown the entire balance of nature off.
Yes.
Chaos.
Because now I have to go 6 seats behind to find the fucking open one above your motherfucking narcissistic seat. Then when we deplane, I got to go full spawning salmon to try to get to my fucking luggage because there's no room above my seat.
I won't even do that. I just wait.
You just
I don't want to
wait.
deal with it.
Oh God, that's the cuck way to do it.
It
You gotta
is. It
just
really
blast
is.
back there.
It's embarrassing.
Crowd surf.
I just wait eating my ground sausage. I'm just all shame.
That's why everyone rushes to get on the plane. People make fun of them. It's like comics that have bits, or people will be like, "Why are you in a hurry to get on the plane to just sit there?" I'm like, because there's limited space. And people are going to take it. I fucking elbow people to be the first one.
I've had
I'm diamond, so I get on first.
motherfucking first class tickets. Got on and had to do the gate check.
Right.
Where I go, I have a first class ticket and a duffel bag, and they're like, "Yeah, it's all full up." And I'm like, I have a first class ticket. I don't get the space above my seat. And they're like, it's all full up.
Should be marked.
All right, so that's number 1. Number 2, no fucking using the first class head. That's not yours.
Yeah.
You pay such a crazy premium to fly first. The least you should be able to do is go in and use that head. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've been in first class, got up to go use the head, and some guy from row 31 is up there shitting it up. Like, fuck that. We won't do it anymore because we're all scared of like elitism and classism and the gap and blah, blah, blah. Enforce the fucking rule.
Right.
And they put the little net thing up, the little mosquito net, but a lot of people just cruise right by it.
They all cruise right past it and shit up the first class head.
But I have to admit, as somebody who's diamond status, I with Delta, I fly first class the majority of the time, but sometimes I'll be in Comfort Plus, and I'm like, I think I've earned my right.
Yeah.
Because I don't
Just
shit.
diamond status.
I don't shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if anyone asks, I just show them my bank account. I'm like, look at this, 6 figures, baby.
Vaping is water and nicotine and whatever flavor. Now, I can't tell when people say no vaping, are they talking about pot or are they talking about nicotine?
I think it's the regular vape, but people are quite brazen with it.
They are. So it's the smoking of cigarettes, e-cigarettes, vapes, and puff devices. Were the number one
is
issue.
e-cigarette?
So e-cigs and vapes are still the same category.
All right, but who gives a fuck? Nicotine is as dangerous as caffeine, meaning it's not. It's addictive. It's not dangerous. What's dangerous is the delivery of the smoke.
Right.
So who gives a fuck? I mean, there's a big thing. You know, they do all these commercials, vape on the brain, vape the lungs, the scans or whatever. These are the same dicks that were telling you what COVID was going to do to you 5 minutes ago. Long haulers syndrome. They're all fucking lying. They've been lying about this shit for a million years. These same fuckers said that 55,000 people died of secondhand smoke every year. For years, they would say that. And I would say, when does that exist? And I would talk to Dr. Drew about it all the time. And he'd go, nobody dies of secondhand smoke. Doesn't exist. I'd go, have you ever read an article in JAMA about secondhand smoke? That's as many people's died in fucking Vietnam, by the way, every year, to secondhand smoke. And he'd go, there was an article once where they suggested maybe 3 people dying. I was like, they will lie. They will fucking lie about AIDS being an equal opportunity. You know, if you're heterosexual, they will fucking lie about everything, just like they got done lying about COVID. So do not believe them when they're on to their next thing, which is now vaping.
They already got you on sliced sausage.
That's right. Fucking liars. So anyway,
but doesn't it bother you, though, that there is a rule of no vaping?
Yes.
And then they're breaking the rule. It's the same as the overhead. This idea that they're brazenly breaking the rule.
No, this is more of a societal thing where we've decided that it's the scariest, most dangerous thing. I guarantee you everybody who I know in the business in Los Angeles would much rather their kids smoke a ton of weed than vape nicotine. They're fucking, it's propaganda. They're fucked in the head. They have no idea what's going on. This is more chick think. It's insane. But they would much rather their kids smoke weed than smoke a vaporized water form of nicotine. Now look, I'll fix this problem.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You have to do a vape that smells like ass. Go into the bathroom, shut the door, vape away.
Yeah.
And then when you come out, you just apologize to whoever's waiting.
Nobody can shame you.
They can't shame you for vaping.
Shit shaming is out.
Shit shaming, bygone era. They cannot shit shame, and there's no way they're going to connect it to vaping.
Right.
Yeah.
You created this already.
I
It was
did.
the ACE Award for Invention of the Year, and it's called Ascent.
Ascent. Yeah. And nobody's savvy enough or keen enough to walk in and go, this smells like synthesized ass. This doesn't smell like regular ass.
I'm not a vapor. Isn't it going to taste like shit also?
Obviously, we've not gotten to the R&D right now. I'm just out on
the
my
development stage.
I'm on my first round of funding.
Right.
Okay.
I don't want to throw roadblocks.
No,
up here.
obviously,
Easy, Mr. Science.
obviously, we're going to have to figure it out. But there are plenty of things. Look no further than the deviled egg. If you walked into a house where they were making deviled eggs in the kitchen, you'd be like, who farted? Oh, man. Like, it smells like eggs. It smells like egg fart.
Right.
Pop it in your mouth. Delectable. I'm going to make a vape that tastes like deviled egg.
I like that. This is a better sell.
It'll taste like deviled egg. I'll call it Mama's Picnic, 4th of July, and it'll smell like ass when you exhale. Oh, my God.
On the way out.
I think deviled egg vape is a better sell than fucking human shit vape.
Again,
Yeah, I'd buy that.
R&D, we're just our first round of funding.
And it's all about branding, too.
We're going to get a couple focus groups together. We'll see.
We got 3 so far, like ground versus sliced pizza. This is sad. This is... It's like when people like a really shitty band. It's like it's like all the fucking Nimrods who like the Beastie Boys and stuff. I just go, oh, you poor dear. You don't know. You've been poisoned. You don't know what happened. You ate the ground stuff when you were 9 in between sessions of molestation by your uncle, and it was the only piece of joy you had in your life, and now you're fucking hooked on it. I got to do a whole podcast about growing out of shit that you learn when you're fucking 9 and stupid.
Let me ask you a question. When you are eating your beloved lasagna, do you prefer ground?
That's how it's made.
Sausage?
I prefer how it's made.
That's how it's made. Oh,
how it's made.
How it's made.
How it's made is how I prefer it. I think we established that with my deviled eggs. It's what it is. If that's the recipe for lasagna, I'll guarantee that sausage on a motherfucking pizza was around for 70 years before some asshole introduced the ground part. All the guys.
I'll take that bet.
Everybody who stormed the beaches at Normandy had a rifle in one hand and a slice in the other with round cased sausage. The greatest generation. The greatest generation.
Ground sausage.
The greatest generation. This ground sausage. This is a fucking newfangled. It's a fad.
This might be look-upable. I mean, what's the oldest photo of a sausage pizza we can find? We need,
I think ground was not a part of my childhood.
I wish my uncle Sedamo was still alive.
It's now a reality.
You should text Kimmel about this.
No.
He would have
Kimmel's
default is disagree with Dawson.
Disagrees. Are you kidding? He disagrees with me. He told me when I tried to invent yogurt with fruit in the middle that it wouldn't work because it would all go to the bottom.
It all go to the bottom anyway.
No, he told me all yogurt started with fruit at the top and went down to the bottom. I was like, what? Are you just disagreeing with me now? So don't expect any culinary agreements from Kimmel. No. He once told me about pizza. I said to him, I love mushroom on the pizza, but I fucking hate the ones that have been soaked in water. The canned mushrooms, they're like weird and chewy and stuff. I like fresh mushrooms. And he said, I like the canned ones better.
He's wrong. You're right.
Is he, or is he just disagreeing with me?
Dawson's just bitter because of the calzone thing.
Yeah, I'm actually seeing Jimmy on Monday, so I'm gonna get into this pizza stuff with him. But yeah, if we could, I say sausage in the sausage link cased form predates the crumbled form by 50 years.
There's got to be a photo of an old pizza somewhere on Ellis Island with a sausage pizza.
But it's going to be black and white, and Dawson's going to go, that's
painting.
Pepperoni.
Right.
Yeah. See if you can find any hieroglyphics of like old pizza. Like